Hi there, it's Debbie Anderson, and I'm here today from Inner Liberation Healing. And I'm here today to talk with you about how to recover from narcissistic abuse. And today we're going to talk about narcissists and sex and how narcissists use sex against us. Um, so, um, Today we're looking at how narcissists hide behind sex to avoid intimacy and how they use sex to control us. And there can also be a very dark side when having a sexual relationship with a narcissist, which I unfortunately had. Narcissists avoid intimacy, they're incredibly emotionally shallow, they have a very poor ability to connect and can only pretend to connect. So, for many of us, sexual connection feels like the epitome of love and intimacy. And a narcissist can fake intimacy and love through sexual connection and hook us in. They can hide behind sex, and they're really not capable of showing up as real, loving human beings with a connection to their higher self within. And it makes it impossible for us to truly have an intimate and honest relationship with them. So there's no true self for us to find or see within them, and what there is damaged and disowned by themselves. So their inner self is profoundly insecure. And the narcissist, of course, never wants us to see any of that because their entire life is fraud, a fake. It's not real. And if you mess up their script, then you're going to see the narcissistic rage and they're going to abandon you. The narcissist uses sex to control you the same way they disown you. They disown themselves and their true self. It's hard to believe that any of this is true, but we're nothing like them. They actually have no interest in us. They have no heart. They have no spirit. They have the ability, though, to hook us in and pretend at the beginning of the relationship that they're interested in you and they're interested in sex. But you are really an object to manipulate and get narcissistic supply from them, which is their goal. And this means that all the stuff that's going to feed their ego, that's going to make them feel important, that helps their false identity, because honestly, they're empty vessels and they need this supply in order to survive. So, sex is a very powerful narcissistic supply for a narcissist. They want to take control of your thoughts and your actions, and they want to be the center of your universe so that we keep granting them the attention and the resources and the stuff that can feed their sort of insatiable self and their desperate need for significance and importance. So what narcissists do is they're not very effective, um, and they will punish you and dump their tormented sort of inner self on you and blame you for not handing over enough attention, enough resources and stuff. In other words, the narcissistic supply. And sex is a very effective way to control you. So the more overt sexual narcissists will demand sex constantly. They'll threaten you with leaving if you don't hand it over. You're going to feel like an object, feeling like sex, no matter how well it's presented and wrapped up with a bow, is going to feel empty and unemotional. You'll feel more like the narcissist is interested in your body parts than you, well, because it's true. Um, they might make name references to your body parts, grab your body parts, and position the relationship all around sex. And this type of narcissist is probably a sex addict. And they get mostly their narcissistic supply from sex, and it's all very likely they're interested in things like porn, sexual practices that make you uncomfortable, and attention outside of the relationship. Now, if you've got the greater sexual appetite, the narcissist may withhold sex and punish you, control you, demean you, and reduce your self esteem. So, this was my narcissistic partner. I ended up feeling there was something very wrong with me, when in fact it wasn't anything wrong with me, but there was something very wrong with him. So, with the overtly sexual narcissists, or the narcissists that are withholding sex, your self-esteem is extremely affected, and you end up feeling like you're either dehumanized or objectified. You might feel unattractive, not good enough to have sex. You can feel really insecure, and you're worried that you're going to be replaced and the narcissist is going to go somewhere else for sex. They probably told you that. The narcissist obviously just wants to hurt you. And whatever you've got that's not healed within yourself or your life, the narcissist is going to zone in on that like a laser beam, and whether that's you're not feeling worthy enough, you're not sexy enough, you're not good enough, you're not feeling generally good enough all around. If you have past trauma, whatever it might be, they're going to zone in on that. There's no real person, unfortunately, inside the narcissist. They're acting out and playing out a narcissistic supply, and sex is one of the top ways that they do that. So either way, the narcissist, the withholding narcissist or the overt sex addict narcissist, it can be devastating to discover that they are, in relationships outside of your relationship. He might be even triangulating you with them, keeping you apart. But the darker side of the narcissistic sex is when the narcissist uses sex like for sadomasochistic purposes in order to hurt you. And if you have these, and if he has these or she has these unhealed wounds, and the internal rage will come out in very nasty, nasty sex. And this could be things like revenge sex, going off with a prostitute, or even your close friend, doing something dreadfully horrible and threatening, of course, to leave you and abandon you and replace you. So making you pay if you don't do these certain acts or allow them to indulge in their sadistic pleasures. They might want things like threesomes and swinging. They might try and sell polygamy to you, and that's not what you believe in. If you don't do the things that they want, they're going to make you pay. And the things you might feel so insecure about, so traumatized by, you might give into this, that you don't have a choice, and so you do. So what I need to say is that you need to heal with quantum healing and the modalities that I certainly heal with people. And I can't recommend this enough. The healing modalities get you up and out of all the trauma which is within you and that you've experienced. And from a spiritual point of view, we take on other people's energy in a very powerful way after having sex with them. A connection of our bodies and alchemy can be a really beautiful thing, and can be, obviously really healthy, bringing us closer together in love, but it can also, with a narcissist, spiral us down into the destruction, of our self-esteem and ourselves and our power when the narcissists parasitically feed on us. So these healings that I do are about taking your life back, your life force back. And sex plays a very important role after you've been narcissistically abused. So we want to have a sexual union that's goodly, that's godly, that brings us closer together, and that's not what a narcissist is capable of with you. No matter how great you think the sex is initially. So a lot of it has to do with our chemical obsession that drives us, and it has to do with feeling a relief by engaging in those activities with them. But it does destroy our self-esteem. And I can't say enough that the recovery healing systems that I have can reach deep into those traumas that the narcissist is permeated with the sexual abuse, and it is sexual abuse that you've been suffering with in a relationship with a narcissist. Now, sex is a really big part of who we are, and it's an area where narcissists can really dig deep and infiltrate in. And we should all be able to celebrate and appreciate ourselves sexually and in a healthy, safe, and beautiful way. So I hope you found this helpful. I know it's a difficult subject, and it can be really painful to be in that kind of a relationship, and I was in it. So I have healed completely also from sexual abuse and narcissistic abuse with my ex-narcissistic partner. So please find my links below. I'm on Instagram and Facebook. I do have a website that offers many videos and articles and posts. There's also a free ebook where I It's called 6 Steps to Recover from Narcissistic Abuse, that you can find in the link below. And if you're ready to talk to me about healing, or you just want to have a conversation, please email me, DM me by Instagram or Facebook. Just because we end the relationship with a narcissist doesn't mean that we don't have all this trauma within us, unfortunately, that needs to be healed. We can often find ourselves very stuck and unable to move forward in many ways in our lives. So if we heal ourselves permanently, which I have done, and now I've helped many other people, it can change your life and you can feel whole again and complete. So I can show you how to do that. Take care, and if you found that this video resonates with you, please subscribe to my channel and comment and leave me a thumbs up. Thanks so much. I'll see you next time.